Hey everyone, welcome to another Bourbon Bums review presented by Greene Valley Wine Spirits in Bolingbrook, our new sponsor.
Hey, thank you to them.
Yes. So we have a awesome release for you guys today. It is the brand new 2024 Maker's Mark Cellar Aged that we just got our hands on today.
Just got our hands on today. We were at a tasting event. We were lucky enough to get this much. We didn't drink all of this. Otherwise, we'd be slurring our words. But we're excited to have this. We're excited to share our notes and maybe compare it to last year's release, because it was something we were both very excited about last year.
Correct. So what's different about this year's release? Well, first off, let's bring in last year's release here. So last year's Cellar Age, it clocked in at 115.7 proof, and it was 13% 11-year, 87% 12-year. This year, they upped it. So now we got 15% 12-year, 85% 13-year, and it comes in at 119.3 proof. Higher proof, more aged. I fucking like it.
I like the sound of that. So by all intents and purposes, this is a 13-year-old whiskey. Obviously, legally, they have to call it 12-year-old, but 85% 13-year-old whiskey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Maker's Mark, once again, puts out their oldest aged bourbon that they've done to date. When they did 2023 Cellar Age, that was their oldest. They upped it by a year. They added 4 proof points to it, and we're ready to crack this bad boy open. MSRP on this one is coming in at $179 this year, what we were told. So a little higher than last year's release. I think that came in $150 last year.
Yeah, I believe I bought it at my local place for like $160. So yeah, $160, $165. This, I mean, inflation, it happens. Everything's up.
Yeah. So, but I'm a little sad this bottle's already half done, but I'm not going to complain because we got to enjoy it, and it's an awesome bourbon. We're going to give you our notes though.
Yeah. So right away when we had this, it smelled a lot darker than last year. It was a lot more like leathery, oaky. It's super oaky.
Yeah.
There's like the baking spices to it. It's a dark aroma.
Right.
And I think that translates to the palate.
Yeah. Yeah, the nose on this is absolutely phenomenal. Better than last year's nose, but...
So yeah, typically all Maker's Mark products are aged somewhere between 6 to 8 years. So when they released the 12-year last year, people went crazy for it because it's typically not something they do. And when people asked, are they going to do this again? I think immediately it was an overwhelming response.
Yeah.
This is going to be their version of like the limited, like 4 Roses or one of those like limited series for each and every release every year. And I can't be a bigger fan.
Yeah. So if you don't know what's special about the Cellar Age, why they call it the Cellar Age, is it starts in their normal rick houses. They do the barrel rotation, and then they move it to their limestone cellar where the temperature is around 45 to 50 degrees, and that's where they finish the aging process on that. So you get a lot of the humidity around there, and it doesn't, when you have like the ultra-aged bourbons, they can start losing some of that flavor profile in there when you get past like the 15-year mark. With this, it keeps a lot of those flavor profiles with it because of temperature controlled in that limestone cellar.
Yeah. Nailed it. All right, tasting notes.
Oh my God. So obviously it's basically like a classic Maker's, but it's just more smooth, more, the finish on this is phenomenal.
It's on steroids. So
yeah,
a lot of the nose translates to the palate. Leather, tobacco, baking spices, like vanilla. So last year I got
sweet
a lot
fruit.
of
Like dark fruit.
Last year I got a lot of fruit. I got no fruit on this. I got all of the wood tannins and baking spices, but like not real much fruit. Like I remember that 2023 being off profile for Makers, and that's why I was like, whoa, fruit. This classic, just dark. It's a, I don't want to say it's a winter's bourbon, but it's much more of like a fall winter around the campfire type of thing.
It's a definite easy sipper. It does not drink like 119 proof. I would say probably at least 10, 12 proof points down is where I would hone it in on. Maybe like
105, 108,
yeah.
110.
Yeah, I would say for coming in at 119, definitely you're not drinking it. You don't get a lot of the Kentucky Hug in there. It's a very nice sipper for the proof point on there. And the color is,
it's got legs. It's dark. It's viscous. It's like velvety coating. Everything you want in a bourbon.
yeah. This is, we did a review a few weeks ago about the Russell's 15 being our whiskey of the year contender so far. I'm not going to put it up there as a top one, but I think this is probably one of the best bourbons I've had in 2024 so far.
I'm not going to go that far, but I will say it lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times when distilleries come out with this limited release, especially that first year, they want to come off with a bang and like really, show out. And then by the second year, it's a little bit flatter, a little bit less proofy. A lot of the times the flavor profile isn't the same. This isn't the same flavor profile, but it's just as good.
Yeah. I think this is a solid like A- for me if I'm giving a rating.
Yeah, I think I would go B+, but it's a solid B+.
Yeah. Okay, so today is Friday, September 13th. We're doing this review. This is hitting if you're watching this and you're in Chicagoland area, this is hitting probably within the next week. You'll probably see this at your locals, at your big box. So it is dropping very, very soon. We did got a shout out to makers. We got our hands on this early. We were able to do a nice review before it's coming. Like you're watching this right now.
Don't wait.
Get ready because it's coming out there. From what we were told in the state of Illinois, it is going to be around a 900 to a 1,000 bottle release for the state. Probably going to concentrate in the Chicago area. So, but when you think about that, that's maybe for a normal store 2-3 bottles.
I would say like three bottles.
Yeah.
Per store.
So it might be a little harder to get than last year's because you have to remember it is aged an extra year. The yield is going to be less, but that's what we were told. It's going to be about 900 to 1,000 in Illinois. So good luck to everyone out there who loves makers, who loved last year's Cellar release. It's coming, and we can't recommend it enough. It's a must buy for our recommendation.
Yeah. Thank you to makers. Thank you to Greene Valley Wine Spirits.
Yes. And with that, we're going to leave you with an ad from our newest sponsor. So cheers, and until next time.
Greene Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is the best family-owned liquor store in the southwest suburbs. Come check out their newly remodeled and expanded location for all your liquor needs. They have a great craft beer selection, an ever-expanding portfolio of tequila and bourbon, and a new wine rack showcasing some of the best wines around. And while you're there, stop at their newly added tasting bar, where you can sample some of their Bourbon Bums store picks before you buy. Head into Greene Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, on the corner of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook, and tell them the Bump sent you.